Dr. Amelia Rees stared at the monitor, her eyes wide with disbelief. The signal pulsing across her screen shouldn't exist. It couldn't exist. Yet there it was, clear as day, emanating from a region of space where nothing should be. Dr. Rees, her assistant, Raj Patel, leaned over her shoulder. Is everything all right? Amelia shook her head, not in negation but in wonderment. Raj, do you know what we're looking at? Raj squinted at the screen, his brow furrowed. It looks like… Wait, is it a transmission signal? Not just any transmission signal, Amelia said, her voice barely above a whisper. It's from Voyager 3. Raid's jaw dropped. But that's impossible. Voyager 3 went silent decades ago. It should be well beyond our solar system by now. Amelia nodded, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she began to decode the signal. Exactly. Which begs the question, what has it found, and who or what has given it the power to transmit back to us? As the decoded message began to appear on the screen, Amelia felt a shiver run down her spine. The implications of what she was seeing were staggering. My God, she breathed. Raj, get the director. Now. Raid shouldn't need to be told twice. He sprinted from the room, leaving Amelia alone with the earth-shattering message from humanity's long-lost probe. Hours later, Amelia found herself in a secure conference room deep within NASA headquarters. Director Marcus Blackwood sat at the head of the table, his usually composed face etched with concern. Dr. Rees, he said, his voice grave, I need you to explain to everyone here exactly what you've discovered. Amelia stood, acutely aware of the weight of the moment. Around the table sat some of the most brilliant minds in astrophysics, xenobiology, and planetary science. She took a deep breath and began. At 300 hours this morning, our Deep Space Monitoring Station picked up a signal from Voyager 3. As you all know, we lost contact with the probe over 50 years ago. We assumed it had simply run out of power, like its predecessors. She paused, letting the information sink in. The signal we received contains data that, well, frankly, it's beyond anything we could have imagined. Amelia tapped a few keys on her tablet, and a holographic image sprang to life above the center of the table. It showed a star system unlike anything in their records. This is where Voyager 3 is currently located. It's a binary star system with 12 planets, 5 of which are in the habitable zone. But that's not the most extraordinary part. She zoomed in on one of the planets, revealing structures that were unmistakably artificial. Ladies and gentlemen, Voyager 3 has discovered an advanced alien civilization. The room erupted in a cacophony of voices, each scientist trying to ask questions over the others. Director Blackwood raised his hands, calling for silence. Dr. Rees, he said, his voice steady despite the momentous news. What else can you tell us about this civilization? Amelia took another deep breath. Based on the data Voyager sent, they're far more advanced than us. The probe's transmitter was enhanced by their technology, allowing it to send this message across vast distances. But here's the kicker, they're inviting us to make contact. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe, and their cosmic neighbors were extending a hand of greeting. Director Blackwood leaned forward, his eyes intense. Dr. Rees, I'm putting you in charge of this project. Assemble a team. I want our best and brightest working on how we respond to this invitation. Amelia nodded, her mind already racing with possibilities. Yes, sir. I'll get started right away. As the meeting adjourned, Amelia couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The discovery of alien life would change everything. How would humanity react? What wonders, or dangers, awaited them among the stars? One thing was certain, the universe had just become a much bigger, more complex place, and Amelia Reeves was at the forefront of humanity's next great adventure. As she left the conference room, her tablet pinged with a new message. It was from Raj, asking about the outcome of the meeting. Amelia smiled to herself. There was so much work to be done, so many questions to be answered. The journey that began with a simple space probe had now set humanity on a course that would redefine their place in the cosmos, and Amelia couldn't wait to see where it would lead them. In the weeks following the extraordinary discovery, Dr. Amelia Reeves found herself at the center of a whirlwind of activity. Her team, hastily assembled from the brightest minds across the globe, worked around the clock to decipher the alien message and prepare humanity's response. Commander Zara Khan, a decorated astronaut with multiple spacewalks under her belt, strode into the bustling command center. Her eyes scanned the room, taking in the frenzied energy of scientists and engineers hunched over computers and holographic displays. "Dr. Reeves," Zara called out, spotting Amelia amid the chaos. "I hear you've made a breakthrough." Amelia looked up from her workstation, her eyes bloodshot from lack of sleep, but gleaming with excitement. "Commander Khan, perfect timing. We just finished decoding the bulk of the alien transmission." Zara raised an eyebrow. "And it's incredible," Amelia breathed. "They call themselves the Estrella. Their civilization spans multiple star systems, and they've been observing us for centuries." "Observing us?" Zara frowned. "Why haven't they made contact before now?" Dr. Elias Vega, the team's ethnolinguist, chimed in. "It seems they have a strict non-interference policy for developing civilizations. But now that we've reached a certain technological threshold, they deem us ready for contact." Zara nodded slowly, processing the information. "So what's our next move?" Amelia pulled up a holographic star chart. "The Estrella have provided coordinates for a rendezvous point. It's just beyond the edge of our solar system. They're inviting us to send a delegation." "A space mission." Zara's eyes lit up. "How soon?" "That's where you come in, Commander," Amelia said with a smile. "We need you to lead the mission. Your experience in space makes you the ideal candidate." Zara straightened, her posture reflecting the gravity of the responsibility. "I'd be honored, Dr. Reeves. What's our timeline?" "We have 6 months to prepare," Amelia replied. "The Estrella have provided us with schematics for modifications to our existing spacecraft. With their tech, we can make the journey in a fraction of the time it would normally take." Over the next few months, the international space community worked tirelessly to retrofit the ISS Horizon, Earth's most advanced spacecraft, with the alien technology. The modifications were mind-boggling: propulsion systems that bent the fabric of space-time, energy shields that could withstand the impact of micrometeors, and communication arrays that could transmit instantly across vast distances. As the launch date approached, Zara found herself in intense training simulations with her hand-picked crew. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a brilliant xenobiologist, practiced collecting and analyzing alien biological samples. Dr. Omar Al-Farsi, an astrophysicist with a keen interest in alien technology, familiarized himself with the new systems aboard the Horizon. The night before the launch, Amelia called a final briefing. The air in the room was thick with anticipation. "Tomorrow, we embark on the most important journey in human history," Amelia began, her voice steady despite her inner turmoil. "You've all been chosen not just for your expertise, but for your ability to represent the best of humanity." She looked each crew member in the eye. "Remember, we're not just scientists and explorers. We're ambassadors for our entire species. The decisions and impressions you make could shape the future of Earth's relationship with the galactic community." Zara stood, addressing her crew. "We've trained for every scenario we could think of, but the truth is, we're heading into the unknown. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and above all, watch out for each other." As the meeting adjourned, Amelia pulled Zara aside. "Commander, there's one more thing. The President has authorized me to give you this." She handed Zara a small encrypted data chip. "It contains guidelines for first contact scenarios we couldn't discuss openly. Use it only if absolutely necessary." Zara nodded solemnly, tucking the chip into a secure pocket. "Understood, Dr. Reeves. We won't let you down." As dawn broke on launch day, the world held its breath. News channels broadcasted live from every corner of the globe. All eyes turned to the launch pad where the IS horizon stood gleaming in the morning sun. Inside the spacecraft, Zara ran through final checks with her crew. The alien modifications hummed with an energy that was both exhilarating and unnerving. All systems go, Omar reported from his station. Alien tech is integrating perfectly with our systems. Biosecurity protocols in place, Yuki added. We're as prepared as we can be for extraterrestrial encounters. Zara took a deep breath, her hand hovering over the launch initiator. Horizon to mission control. We are ready for launch. Amelia's voice crackled over the comm. You are cleared for launch, Horizon. Godspeed, and remember, you carry the hopes and dreams of all humanity with you. With a nod to her crew, Zara pressed the initiator. The Horizon came to life, its engines firing with a power beyond anything Earth had ever seen. As the spacecraft broke free of Earth's atmosphere and accelerated towards the stars, Zara couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. They were about to make history, to bridge the gap between Earth and the cosmos. Whatever awaited them at the rendezvous point, one thing was certain: humanity would never be the same again. The IS Horizon glided through the inky blackness of space, its alien-enhanced engines humming with an otherworldly energy. Commander Zara Khan stood at the helm, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen as they approached the coordinates provided by the Astraea. We're nearing the rendezvous point, Omar announced, his fingers dancing across his console. Sensors are picking up something, but I've never seen readings like these before. Yuki leaned over his shoulder, her brow furrowed. It's like the laws of physics are bending around whatever's out there. Zara nodded, her heart racing. All right, team, this is it. Remember your training, and let's make Earth proud. Suddenly, the space before them seemed to ripple and distort. A massive ship materialized, dwarfing the horizon. Its surface shimmered with an iridescent light, patterns shifting and flowing like liquid metal. By Allah, Omar breathed, his eyes wide. It's beautiful. A soft chime echoed through the horizon's bridge. We're receiving a transmission, Yuki reported, her voice trembling with excitement. Zara took a deep breath. Put it through. The view screen flickered, and an alien face appeared. The being had large, almond-shaped eyes that seemed to swirl with galaxies. Its skin was a pale blue, with intricate patterns that pulsed with bioluminescence. Greetings, children of Earth, the alien spoke, its voice resonating in their minds, rather than through the ship's speakers. I am Zixtal, emissary of the Astraea. We welcome you to the greater galactic community. Zara stepped forward, her training kicking in. Greetings, Zixtal. I am Commander Zara Khan of Earth. We come in peace and friendship, eager to learn and share knowledge. Zixtal's eyes seemed to twinkle. Your journey here shows great courage and ingenuity. We have much to discuss. Please prepare for docking. We invite you aboard our vessel. As the transmission ended, the crew exchanged nervous glances. Commander, Omar said hesitantly, are we really going over there? Zara nodded, her face set with determination. We are. This is why we came. Yuki, Omar, you're with me. The rest of you, maintain position and keep the channel to Earth open. The docking process was seamless, the alien technology guiding their ship with impossible precision. As the airlock cycled, Zara felt a moment of trepidation. They were about to step into an alien world, leaving behind everything familiar. The door hissed open, revealing a corridor that seemed to be alive. The walls pulsed with soft light, and the air was filled with a sweet, unfamiliar scent. Zixtal stood waiting for them, flanked by two other Astraea. Welcome aboard the Celestial Harmony, the alien greeted. Please follow me. There is much to show you. As they walked, Yuki couldn't contain her curiosity. Your ship, it's incredible. How does it function? The bioengineering alone must be. Zixtal held up a hand, stopping her. All will be explained in time, Dr. Tanaka. But first, we must address a matter of great importance. They entered a vast chamber, its ceiling a perfect replica of the starfield outside. In the center stood a device unlike anything they had ever seen, a swirling vortex of energy contained within a crystalline structure. This, Zixtal said sullenly, is why we have brought you here. It is called the Nexus, a repository of knowledge from across the galaxy, and it has chosen Earth as its next guardian. Zora's mind reeled. Guardian? I don't understand. We came here to establish peaceful contact, to learn about your civilization. Zixtal's expression turned grave. And so you shall. But you must understand, Commander Khan, that knowledge comes with great responsibility. The Nexus contains information that could elevate your species to unimaginable heights, or destroy you utterly if misused. Omar stepped closer to the device, his scientific curiosity overriding his caution. It's beautiful, but how does it work? And why Earth? We're hardly the most advanced civilization out there. The Nexus chooses its guardians based on potential, not current advancement, Zixtal explained. It sees in humanity a unique blend of curiosity, resilience, and compassion that makes you ideal candidates. Yuki frowned. But surely there are risks. Introducing such advanced knowledge to our society could cause chaos. Zixtal nodded. Indeed, that is why we have brought you here. The choice must be yours. Will Earth accept the responsibility of the Nexus, with all the challenges and opportunities it brings? Or will you choose to remain as you are, developing at your own pace? Zora felt the weight of the decision pressing down on her. She thought of the encrypted chip Amelia had given her, wondering if it held any guidance for this unprecedented situation. This isn't a decision we can make alone, Zora said finally. We need to consult with our leaders, our people. Zixtal's eyes swirled with what might have been approval. A wise response, Commander. We will give you time to communicate with your world. But know this, the offer of the Nexus is not without time limits. Other forces in the galaxy seek its power, and not all with benevolent intentions. As they made their way back to the horizon, Zara's mind raced. How would Earth react to this revelation? The promise of advanced knowledge was tempting, but the risks were equally daunting. Once aboard their ship, Zara turned to her team. All right, we need to report this to Mission Control immediately. Omar, start analyzing the data we collected. Yuki, I want a full report on any biological or environmental factors we might have been exposed to. We need to be thorough. As the crew set to work, Zora stared out at the Estrella ship, the Nexus hidden within its gleaming hull. She couldn't shake the feeling that humanity stood at a crossroads, and the path they chose would irrevocably shape their future among the stars. Back on Earth, the news of the Nexus sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. Dr. Amelia Rees found herself in a whirlwind of emergency meetings, explaining the situation to wide-eyed politicians and military leaders. Let me get this straight, the US president said, leaning forward in her chair. An alien civilization is offering us access to advanced knowledge that could revolutionize our entire way of life. Amelia nodded, her expression grave. Yes, Madam President, but it's not without risks. The Estrella have made it clear that this knowledge, if misused, could be catastrophic. The room erupted in heated debate. Some argued for immediate acceptance, citing the potential advancements in medicine, energy, and space travel. Others urged caution, warning of the societal upheaval such rapid advancement could cause. As the arguments raged, Amelia's tablet pinged with an incoming transmission from the horizon. Excuse me, she said, stepping away from the chaos. I need to take this. Commander Zora's face appeared on the screen, her expression taut with tension. Dr. Rees, we've got a situation up here. The Estrella have detected an unknown ship entering the system. They seem concerned. Amelia's blood ran cold. What kind of ship? Hostile. Unknown, Zora replied. But the Estrella are mobilizing their defenses. They're saying something about the Void Seekers. Does that mean anything to you? Amelia shook her head. No, but it doesn't sound good. Keep me posted, Commander. And be careful. As Amelia turned back to the meeting, she knew the situation had just become far more complicated. Meanwhile, aboard the Horizon, Zara and her crew watched in awe as the Estrella ship transformed. What had seemed like decorative patterns on its hull began to shift and change, revealing an array of formidable weaponry. "It's like the ship is alive," Omar murmured, his eyes glued to the sensors. "The energy readings are off the charts." Yuki's voice crackled over the comm. "Commander, I've been analyzing the biological data from the Estrella. There's something you need to see." Before Zara could respond, a new ship burst into view. Unlike the sleek, organic lines of the Estrella vessel, this newcomer was all harsh angles and pulsing, sickly green energy. "Void Seekers," Zixtol's voice resonated in their minds. "They seek to claim the Nexus for themselves. We must protect it at all costs." The space around them erupted in a dazzling display of advanced weaponry. Beams of energy that seemed to bend reality itself lashed out from the Estrella ship, while the Void Seekers responded with weapons that seemed to drain the very light from their surroundings. "We're caught in the middle of an alien war," Zara realized, her heart racing. "Evasive maneuvers. Get us out of the line of fire." As Omar skillfully piloted the Horizon away from the battle, Yuki burst onto the bridge, her face pale. "Commander, I've figured it out. The Estrella, their ship, the Nexus, it's all connected. They're not just guarding the knowledge, they're part of it." Zara's mind reeled. "What are you saying, Doctor?" "The Estrella have integrated with their technology on a fundamental level," Yuki explained breathlessly. "Their biology, their consciousness, it's all intertwined with the Nexus. And if we accept guardianship, we have to do the same," Zara finished, the implications hitting her like a physical blow. A violent shudder ran through the ship as a stray energy beam grazed their hull. Alarms blared, and Omar's fingers flew over the controls. "Shields at 60%. We can't take another hit like that." Zara made a split-second decision. Open a channel to both ships, now. As the comm crackled to life, Zara's voice rang out across the battlefield. "This is Commander Zara Khan of Earth. We came here in peace, seeking knowledge and friendship, but we will not stand by while you wage war around us. Whatever your conflict, we demand you take it elsewhere." For a moment, silence reigned. Then, to everyone's shock, both alien ships powered down their weapons. Zixtol's voice echoed in their minds once more, tinged with what might have been respect. "You show great courage, humans. Perhaps the Nexus has chosen more wisely than we realized." The leader of the Void Seekers, a being of shadowy energy barely contained within a humanoid form, spoke next. Its voice was like ice scraping across stone. "You understand nothing of what is at stake, little humans. The power of the Nexus is beyond your comprehension." Zara stood firm. "Maybe so, but we understand the value of life, of peace. If this Nexus is as powerful as you say, then using it as a weapon goes against everything it should stand for." As the tense standoff continued, Zara felt the weight of the encrypted chip in her pocket. Whatever guidance it held, she knew that the next few moments would shape not just humanity's future, but potentially the fate of the entire galaxy. With a deep breath, she made her choice. "We have a proposal," she announced. "One that might satisfy both sides and ensure the safety of the Nexus. But first, we need to understand exactly what we're dealing with. It's time for full disclosure, from both of you." As the alien leaders considered her words, Zara exchanged glances with her crew. Whatever came next, they were about to dive deeper into the cosmic mystery than they had ever imagined possible. The tension aboard the Horizon was palpable as Zara awaited responses from both the Estrella and the Void Seekers. Her bold move had caught everyone off guard, including her own crew. "Commander," Omar whispered, his eyes wide, "are you sure about this?" Zara nodded, her gaze fixed on the view screen. "It's our best shot at preventing an interstellar war and protecting Earth." Suddenly, The air shimmered, and holographic representations of both Zixtal and the Void Seeker leader appeared on the bridge. "Speak, human," the Void Seeker hissed, its form flickering like a dark flame. "What proposal could you possibly offer that would interest us?" Zara took a deep breath. "First, we need to understand the true nature of the Nexus. No more half-truths or veiled warnings. What exactly are we dealing with?" Zixtal's eyes swirled with conflicting emotions. The Nexus is life itself, a living repository of all knowledge in the universe, constantly growing and evolving. It seeks to understand existence by experiencing it through its guardians. And it must be controlled, the Void Seeker interjected. Such power cannot be left to the whims of lesser beings. Yuki stepped forward, her scientific curiosity overriding her fear. "You said the Astrea are integrated with the Nexus. How exactly does that work?" Zixtal's form seemed to ripple. "We share a symbiotic relationship. The Nexus experiences the universe through us, and in return, we gain access to its vast knowledge. But the process is not without cost. To truly become one with the Nexus is to transcend one's original form." The implications hit Zara like a thunderbolt. "That's why you can't simply give us the knowledge. The Nexus doesn't just want to be guarded, it wants to be experienced." The Void Seeker laughed, a chilling sound. "And you think your primitive species is ready for such an evolution? You would be consumed, your identity lost in the vastness of cosmic awareness." Zara's mind raced, piecing together everything they had learned. The encrypted chip in her pocket seemed to burn with possibility. With a swift motion, she retrieved it and inserted it into the ship's computer. "Maybe we're not ready as we are," she said, her voice steady. "But what if we could be?" The chip's contents sprang to life on the view screen. Complex diagrams and equations filled the air, detailing a theoretical process for enhancing human cognitive and physiological capabilities. Omar gasped. This is incredible. With this, we could potentially prepare ourselves for integration with the Nexus without losing our human essence." The Void Seeker's form pulsed with anger. "Impossible. You cannot simply..." "Wait," Zixtal interrupted, leaning closer to examine the data. "This is unprecedented. A way to bridge the gap between biological and cosmic consciousness." Zara stood tall, addressing both alien leaders. "Here's our proposal. We use this technology to prepare humanity for a controlled, gradual integration with the Nexus. In return, we offer to act as neutral mediators between your two factions. The Nexus clearly values diversity of experience. Why should it be limited to just one perspective?" A heavy silence fell over the bridge. The Void Seeker's form writhed in clear agitation, while Zixtal's eyes swirled with rapid calculations. Finally, Zixtal spoke. "It is an intriguing proposition. The Nexus has always sought new experiences, new ways of understanding the universe. Perhaps this human approach could offer a fresh perspective." The Void Seeker's voice dripped with disdain. "And you trust these primitives to wield such power responsibly?" Zara met the dark entity's gaze unflinchingly. "We've proven our commitment to peace and understanding. More than that, we've shown we're willing to evolve, to challenge our own limitations. Isn't that exactly what the Nexus is all about?" As the alien leaders deliberated, Yuki turned to Zara, her voice low. "Commander, if we go through with this, there's no going back. We'll be fundamentally changing what it means to be human." Zara nodded solemnly. "I know. But look at what we've already accomplished, how far we've come. This isn't an end to humanity, it's the next step in our evolution." After what felt like an eternity, both Zixtal and the Void Seeker turned their attention back to the humans. "We agree to your terms," Zixtal said, a note of wonder in its mental voice. "The Nexus itself seems to approve. It yearns to experience existence through your unique perspective." The Void Seeker's form settled into a more stable shape. "We will observe this process closely, any sign of misuse or corruption, and we will not hesitate to intervene." As the weight of the decision settled over them, Omar spoke up. "Commander, How do we even begin to implement something like this? The scale of what we're proposing. Zora's eyes gleamed with determination. One step at a time, Doctor. First, we report back to Earth. Then we start the greatest scientific and spiritual journey in human history. As the Horizon prepared to return home, carrying news that would forever change the course of human civilization, Zora couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. They stood on the brink of a new era, one that would see humanity reach for the stars not just with their bodies, but with their very consciousness. The Nexus pulsed with ancient energy, ready to embrace its new guardians. And in that moment, as the vastness of space stretched out before them, Zara knew that the true journey was only just beginning. The return to Earth was met with a mixture of awe, excitement, and trepidation. As the Horizon touched down, Zara and her crew were greeted by a sea of faces, scientists, politicians, and civilians alike, all eager to hear about humanity's next great leap. Dr. Amelia Reeves stood at the forefront, her eyes shining with a combination of pride and concern. As Zara descended the ramp, Amelia stepped forward, embracing her in a tight hug. "You did it," Amelia whispered. "You've changed everything." Zara nodded, the weight of responsibility heavy on her shoulders. Now comes the hard part. Over the next few months, the world watched in fascination as preparations for humanity's integration with the Nexus began. Research facilities sprung up across the globe, dedicated to understanding and implementing the enhancement process detailed in the encrypted data. Dr. Omar Al-Farsi found himself at the forefront of the technological aspects, working tirelessly to adapt alien concepts to human physiology. "It's like trying to teach quantum physics to a toddler," he often joked, "except we're the toddlers, and the universe is our playground." Dr. Yuki Tanaka, meanwhile, focused on the biological implications. Her team made breakthrough after breakthrough, unlocking the secrets of human potential hidden within our very DNA. As the first successful enhancements were achieved, volunteers stepped forward to undergo the process. Zara, true to her leadership, was among the first. The transformation was unlike anything they could have imagined. As Zara's consciousness expanded, she felt connected to something vast and ancient. The Nexus flowed through her, filling her mind with knowledge beyond comprehension. But it wasn't just information, it was experience. She felt the birth of stars, the collision of galaxies, the intricate dance of subatomic particles. And through it all, she remained Zara, her human essence, a unique lens through which the Nexus viewed the cosmos. As more humans underwent the process, a new society began to emerge. Enhanced humans worked alongside their unmodified counterparts, their expanded consciousness driving innovations in every field imaginable. Clean energy, space travel, medicine, all saw advancements that would have seemed like magic just years before. But the path wasn't without its challenges. Some feared the changes, seeing them as a threat to human identity. Others sought to exploit the new technologies for personal gain. The Void Seekers, true to their word, watched closely, ever ready to intervene if humanity strayed too far from the Nexus's purpose. Through it all, Zara and her original crew stood as beacons of hope and progress. They traveled the world, and later the stars, sharing their experiences and helping others navigate the complexities of cosmic consciousness. Years passed, and humanity's influence spread throughout the galaxy. They became known as diplomats and peacekeepers, their unique perspective allowing them to bridge gaps between vastly different civilizations. On the 10th anniversary of First Contact, Zara stood aboard a new ship, the ISS Harmony, looking out at a stunning view of the Milky Way. Beside her stood Zixtal, the Astraea emissary who had first welcomed them to the galactic community. "You have surprised us all," Zixtal said, its mental voice tinged with warmth. "The Nexus thrives on the experiences your kind has brought to it." Zara smiled, feeling the familiar pulse of cosmic awareness in her mind. "We've come so far, but there's still so much to explore, so much to learn." As if in response to her words, alert chimed softly. A junior officer, her eyes glowing faintly with a mark of enhancement, approached. "Commander Khan, we're receiving a transmission. Well, we're not sure what it is. The signal seems to be coming from outside our galaxy." Zara and Zixtol exchanged glances, a spark of excitement passing between them. "Put it through," Zara commanded. As the mysterious signal filled the bridge, Zara felt a thrill of anticipation. This was why humanity had reached for the stars, why they had embraced the Nexus and all its wonders. Not just for knowledge or power, but for moments like these, standing on the brink of discovery, ready to face whatever the universe had in store. The Nexus hummed within her, a chorus of countless voices united in curiosity and wonder. And as the unknown transmission began to resolve itself, Zara knew that humanity's greatest adventure was still unfolding. For in the vast expanse of the cosmos, there would always be new horizons to explore, new mysteries to unravel. And humanity, with its unique blend of curiosity, compassion, and cosmic awareness, would be at the forefront, ever-reaching, ever-learning, ever-evolving. As the first decipherable parts of the transmission echoed through the bridge, Zara felt a smile spread across her face. Whatever came next, humanity was ready. They had found their place among the stars, not just as observers, but as active participants in the grand cosmic dance. The journey that had begun with the lost probe's unexpected signal had led them here, to the threshold of new discoveries. And as Zara gave the order to investigate the source of the transmission, she knew that this was just the beginning. For in the end, humanity's greatest strength had always been its ability to adapt, to grow, to reach beyond its limitations. And now, with the universe as their canvas and the Nexus as their guide, the potential was truly limitless. The ISS Harmony's engines hummed to life, propelling them towards the unknown. And as they ventured into uncharted space, Zara felt the collective excitement of her crew, of humanity, and of the Nexus itself. The next chapter of their cosmic odyssey was about to begin, and Zara couldn't wait to see where it would lead them.